the first and foremost thing in our life, all we want is what? The clarity. Today, we are going to talk about that. The clarity code. That's the reason I have chosen because every time I introspect that things I did not do well, and things I should have done better. All these things jot down to one thing, that is clarity. Whether missing clarity, whether ignoring the clarity, all these things comes into place. So let me start with a story. A teacher comes into the class with a glass of water, which is muddy water, right? She just grab it from the river so that she can bring it to the class. So she pulled some glass of clean, the glass, and then she pulled some water from the river, and she kept it on the table, and she started asking students that, hey, my dear students, will you be able to drink this water? And everybody saw that muddy water and said, like, no, we cannot drink this water. This is all muddy. And then the teacher said, like, I just wait for some time. And after some time, what happened is the mud started settling down in the on the bottom of the glass, and what left is only clear water. And then the teacher asked, will you drink this water now? And of course everybody says yes to that. So in our life, like that, right? So no, most of the time, we feel that we failed, or we feel that we are not accomplished with things. We feel that we are not successful because we are just rushing ourselves to grab that muddy water. We are not allowing ourselves to settle down and look and observe what is behind it. And that is how the story goes. And actually, in real, if we wanted to understand what is clarity, anybody wants to put one or two lines, or the words in the chat, it will be great. For you, what do you mean by clarity? The moment I say the clarity word, like, what resonates with you? So you can chat, or you can unmute yourself. And okay, beautiful. We are getting the messages here. So Misty says, clear vision of actions. Wonderful. Awareness, Sridevi says, beautiful. Being sure, excellent. Taking the right decision at the right time, amazing. See, we all know this, the moment the clarity comes, that it is there, it is there. And let us little bit understand deeply what is clarity here. Of course, all these things are aligned with that clarity, right? So yeah, and you guys are right with the answers. The clarity is basically ability to see things as they are, right? So that's why we often refer ourselves to see the truth. See the truth. What is truth? Truth is nothing but the clarity what is presented in front of our eyes. So, in order to see the truth, we say that meditation is there, yoga is there, fitness is there, running, jogging, music, all these things are there to increase the awareness. So, when we have more awareness, then more clarity is there. So, basically, the clarity is to ability to see the things as they are, to understand thoughts and our feelings and actions, what we are doing, and goals without confusions or emotional noise, right? So when we are taking any decisions, there is no noise at all. That is what clarity is. A simple example: if you are going to the party, how many of us go to a closet and feel so much confused what to wear? We pick this dress. No, the recently I wore the same red dress to the party. Let me choose a white dress. If I choose a white dress, I might spill the wine, and then that stain might not go. So look at that, so much of fogginess in our clarity and decision making. When we are not clear about things, then the decisions are being made little delayed, right? So that's why the clarity is so important, my dear friends. with the clarity comes the energy saving mode, right? So when you have the clarity things, and then you decided to do things, you are just doing it. That means we are saving a lot of energy. We are not spending our emotional energy, physical energy, mental energy, putting the thoughts, right? What to wear, what not to wear, this is color is good, that color is good, this is a summer dress, this is a winter dress. So much of thoughts goes, and then again we are trapped into that thought pattern state, my dear friends, because the clarity is not there when we decided to do it. So that's why it is so very important to have the clarity. And in it is when your inner voice aligns with your outer action that represents the clarity. So in our life, clarity looks like this, right? So definitely knowing what you want rather than reacting to everything. So whatever comes into in front of us, we are not reacting. We know exactly what we are doing it, and we make very confident decisions. No, I am going to this movie. There is no other way. I am going to take on this task and work on this to-do list. So there is no confusion in the decision, and there is only confidence in your decision. Okay, now I'm taking this decision. It is going to be successful. I'm going to achieve all these things because you are a very clear mind. We often see people like they are up to the point. They know what they're speaking. They know what they're doing. They're not what they're thinking. Sometimes I feel, wow, what a amazing clarity they have. Even when we see kids, right, we get to learn from kids. They have clarity, clear goals, that now I want an ice cream, that's it. You do whatever you want. I want ice cream. So of course it seems like silly, or maybe buggy, but they do have very clear that they what they want. So that's how it is, my dear friends. And whenever we have clarity, right, the clarity comes with like very we feel less overwhelmed, right? We are not bombarded by thoughts and feelings and emotions and energy drainage because we are thinking too much. What comes, it is all making us overwhelmed, and that's the reason we are being stressful, and we are being confused, we feel that we lost somewhere. So with the clarity, the overwhelmness will be not there. I mean, it will be there, but it will be less, and we feel more grounded. That is the best part. So we feel more grounded and more focused. And like for example, when you have clarity, you know that waking up knowing your priorities, that okay, what I'm going to do today, now 1 2 3 4, okay, I'm going to achieve these things. At least you have the clarity whether you achieve it or not, but you have a clarity what you are going to do. Rather, you let the day will push you into the into the rhythm, right? So that's why it is so important, my dear friends. And let us understand, what is the cost of lack of clarity, right? Everything, there is a cost. When we do things, there is a cost. If we miss anything, there is a reward if we do anything. So it is like that. So when we have that lack of clarity, right, so we overthink, as we discussed, right? We overthink on every choice, my dear friends. I just gave you the dress examples. So you just observe your day today, that how many times you are thinking, rethinking, overthinking. Even preparing dish, right? So you grab some potatoes and you wanted to fry, and then as soon as you go there, you wanted to prepare a mashed potatoes. Like, it's just a simple example. And you get into the car, and then suddenly you turn on the car, and then you decided to go one route, and then immediately you change your decision to go to another route. So likewise, in everywhere it is like that, even in children's life, kids life, right? So they wanted to study this, and as soon as they open the page and they remember something, and they jump into other thing, or they jump into looking the Instagram, or maybe even for adults, right? They wanted to do some important task, and suddenly they are shifting to see the stock market and all those things, right? So every time we are jumping from one task to other task, and we are overthinking, my dear friends. And without clarity, what happens is we procrastinate things, right? And we just push everything aside. Okay, let me do it. Because see, now I decided to study on math, and suddenly what I did, I jumped because I do not have the clarity, and I jumped myself into the social media and started browsing, or maybe email checking. Maybe that is also important, but I'm not able to do what I did, what I intended to do. And then, of course, what happens is, when we do not have clarity, we end up saying yes to things that drain us, right? So somebody comes and says and gives us task, and we say, okay, I can do it, okay, I will do it. But we don't even realize that whether it is a good task for us, whether it is draining our energy or draining our system. We don't think, we just constantly saying yes, 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 yes. Or it is the other way too, like, we say no because we do not know that what it going to bring into our life. So the clarity, takes picture there. And we feel unmotivated, my dear friends, because the destination is not clear at all. Oh, okay, what I am doing in my life, and am I taking right decisions? Am I doing good with my family? Am I doing good with my relationships? So am I doing good in the job, or like, practicing yoga, meditation, or running every day outside, doing not doing something? So always, like, we feel unmotivated because we do not have clarity. So when you have clarity, remember, we are very confident in our decisions. When we do not have clarity, we feel unmotivated. In people life, when you see people, like, they're not doing anything, or maybe they are supposed to do wonderful things but not performing up to the mark, is not because of, it is not because they do not have the ability to do it, my dear friends. Sometimes the clarity is missing, and that's where conscious living is so important. And we have to elevate our energies by practicing meditation, by practicing awareness, by reading books and knowing more stories, so which inspires us. So the more we become aware, and the more clarity comes in our life, my dear friends. So definitely, when we do not have clarity, it burns out us, like, that's it, your energy is gone. And decision fatigue, right? So you're not able to take the proper decisions, even a smallest decisions, right? So, and then emotional frustration when things are not happening, what you will do. So we express through our emotions. Of course, the good emotions are good, but what about the bad emotions? Anger, jealous, frustration, all those things, what happens? It is going to spoil your health for sure, and it is going to spoil the relationships, it is going to spoil the movement, the events, right? So because not having the clarity in our life, and we always feel lost and stuck when we are not clear about things, my dear friends. So it is that. And so when I started understanding this, I have put each sentence for my own sake, and I'm going to express here, like, what is clarity means for me. So I have break down, like, I mean, of course, the spelling, right? So the clarity, clarity, the clarity. So when I break down, like, what I need to do in order to have that super quality in our life. So first, of course, I started meditating, and then the first thing I developed is clarity, my dear friends. And we will see how it goes. So for me, the C stands for conscious awareness. Always we have to be aware what is coming, what I am doing, what kind of decisions I am making, what I'm going to speak, what I'm going to say now. And do I have a vision? Do I and I am a cl- I am I clear to understand what is happening? So you can observe this, like, start by noticing your thoughts and emotions in that present moment without judging them, right? Don't judge whether it is good or bad. You just see what is happening in your present moment, like when there is a time comes to take a decision or situation. So just observe what kind of thoughts you are releasing, what is your emotional balance. Then go back, okay, how many thoughts you have released, right? To just to prepare a dish, or wearing a dress, how many thoughts you released, you can easily notice. And then what was the state of emotion you are carrying, right? Is it a frustrated state, or is a confused state, or is a happy state, is a joyful state? So just observe yourself without any judgment and ask yourself what really going on inside me, right? So when you notice that, then naturally you will understand, oh my god, like how much I'm thinking, what kind of body reactions I am releasing. So this all comes with conscious awareness, my dear friends. And of course we have so many things to do in order to become that conscious awareness. And the next letter comes is L. L is leaving mental clutter. So this is very, very important, right? So we accumulate so much clutter in our mind. Somebody did this, somebody did that, and some memories from the past, and some decisions from the past. All these things we have accumulated from the childhood, and then it is not allowing to fetch the right data, right? So we have two capacity. I mean, of course we have seven memory powers. So one is like feeding memory power, like writing memory power, like we are storing the memory. And also we should have a ability to retrieve the memory when we want. Not that we lost, we forgot, and then we are not able to get into it. Then what is the point, right? We are all saving it, but we are not able to pick the best things from our mind. Then there is no meaning. So first we have to start with clearing the mental clutter. So mental clutter is like uh, too many, like a simple example, right? Browsers, we have opened so many browsers. At the end you are lost that which browser you are working on, which screen you are working on. And then what you will do, simply you just remove one by one, one by one, one by one, and slowly you will come to a place where you are able to see the things clearly. So clarity begins when we close the ones that does not deserve us at all, right, my dear friend? So it is very important. Not every thought is important. Actually, thoughts are not important. Very few thoughts, and more than thoughts, the intuitions are important. And the first thing when we practice awareness and meditation, what comes is that the intuition power. So we always say that I became so intuitive and I know what to do, I know what not to do. What happens is the thoughts are becoming less, the intuition power is increasing more. The intuition power is increasing, that means we are very clear about uh, who we are and what we are doing in our life, my dear friends. So that L is leaving the mental clutter. And the next comes, the letter is A, alignment check. So we have to always look into that alignment check. Are your actions matching your values, your decision points? Alignment, you have to observe that. And alignment is noticing when you are um, like leaving somebody's expectations, my dear friends. So most of the time the alignment we are losing because we are living on somebody's expectations, right? So because we wanted to prove ourselves that we are the best, or I'm a best mom, I'm a best wife, I'm a best employee, all these things. And also we wanted to please people, we wanted to live according to their expectations. It burns out, my dear friends. So we have to always check, am I living with my own alignment, or am I living on somebody's expectations? It is very important, that alignment check. So every day you just check that today I did this task, I lived this way. It is because I wanted to live, or do I wanted to satisfy somebody, or like I wanted to live somebody's expectation. So it's very important to do the alignment check, my dear friends. And the next letter comes is R. R is nothing but like reconnect to priorities. Clarity comes when you know your top three priorities. One, two, three. It could be bigger priorities in your life, or it could be smaller chunks of priority in a day-to-day life. Today's priority, I want to clean my master bedroom closet, and the second thing, I want to go and complete the paperwork, and third thing is I want to practice some music today. So these three things priorities, like that you know the clarity. So when you achieve this clarity, what comes? The satisfaction comes. When the satisfaction comes, then you are in a good cycle, my dear friends. That's why we have to choose smaller chunks of priority, and we have to work towards that. When we achieve smallest things, the first thing comes is satisfaction. With that satisfaction, good feeling, good thought comes, and good energy comes. So with that things, you can keep on achieving the small things, and it will lead you to the bigger things, my dear friends. And the next one comes is I is, I would say, intentional micro actions, not actions. Intentional actions, I did not put it. Intentional micro actions. So we are all human beings. We don't have to do big tasks. We can improve ourselves with minute and micro actions, my dear friends. So big clarity often comes from a small steps only, right, in our life. So we take our baby steps towards the clarity, and then naturally the big clarity will come. So instead of planning your entire future, your entire career, or your entire family life, right, start with small things. So intentional actions in day, like today, for example, in life I wanted to be a very good, very super rich, and very kind and loving and caring, whatever, like, the picture you imagine. You cannot push yourself towards that big action, right? Start with small things. So, okay, I wanted to be a loving wife or loving mom. What kind of actions I need to do? I wanted to achieve this career goal. What kind of actions I need to achieve? So maybe start learning about maybe small computers, or maybe I wanted to become a music teacher. Maybe small, like, how do I start myself practicing more and introducing music to my friends, and then say playing in front of people. All these things are very very small things. It will lead you to the bigger things, my dear friends. So I stands for intentional micro actions. And last two letters are T. T is time for reflection. So make a space physically and emotionally to process, think, and reset. So it is very important. So whenever we are on that path, right, so we are thinking and we are resetting, we are making sure that we come back to our original state. So that's why making space is very important. Reflection. So T for reflection. What is reflection? We sit in meditation. So in meditation, naturally we are removing all the clutters. We are not doing anything. That meditation is taking care of removing all the clutters from our mind. And then the reflection is coming, like, oh, okay, in life I achieved this due to this one. I could not achieve this because I do not have this clarity in my life. So, and then reset yourself. Don't go into that like, blaming yourself or judging yourself, right? So come back. So it is okay that you have not achieved. That's why the reset button is important. Whenever you visit your past to understand things, that reset button is important. The reset, what it does is it will bring you to the present moment. And it will not make you feel low in the past. Of course, we did our best. We did our best because the knowledge what we have accomplished goals, or we made decisions and choice. So for that, we do not have to feel sad because we are not successful. It is a reset, but click on the reset button. Now I can do even better, right? So it's very important to come out of that guilt consciousness, my dear friends. So time for reflection is very important. Spend time for yourself. Spend time in meditation. Spend time in exercising. Like, keep your body fit and go into the nature and play with children, and do the things what you like. Maybe you like painting, maybe you like dancing, maybe you like singing. Spend some time for yourself. This all comes from reflection, and better, like, for some people that reflection is different, right, like, in the different form. But make sure you are doing every day. And why is audit your energy, my dear friends. So your energy audit is very very important. So um, ask yourself every day, what is giving me energy and what is draining me. And uh, that itself says that your energy is the ultimate guide to the clarity, my dear friend. So wherever there is a energy increasing, that means you have a clear understanding and clarity. And where there is a drain, then just to pause yourself and just to think that this is not the time, and I have to look myself little deeper, and I have to give myself some time so that I can gain that clarity. And uh, uh, um, just some tips, right? Daily clarity rituals, you can say. So ask yourself one question every morning: what is one thing I could do today that makes everything else easier or less important? So it's very very important, my dear friends. Only one, start with one. And every night again, like, morning you started that one thought, like one thing what I have to do. The end of the day, did I say yes to what matters the most, right? In the morning we are decided, whatever is important, I am doing it, or maybe I am saying yes to it. And at the end, you decide before going to the bed that did I do the things. And I wanted to share one thing that, of course, the clarity is not a one day or 1 minute transformation, my dear friends. It comes. So sometimes in a life, I would like to state one more story here, that a person started climbing the mountain. He wanted to go and see the beautiful mountain, and he wanted to see the view from top of the mountain, because he heard so many things that, okay, the view is beautiful and breathtaking, and then you feel so good and all these things here. So the person started traveling and trekking the mountain. All of a sudden, middle of the mountain, what happens is it becomes so foggy. He's not able to see the route properly. He's not able to see the mountains properly or nothing, right? And then he started thinking, oh, what I'm doing? So I came here to see the beautiful view and I'm not able to see. So there are two junctions, right? One, he can feel frustrated about, okay, I came, and then this weather is not good, this is so bad, it has become foggy, my life is like this, I am a very unlucky person, and I'm not able to see the view, I'm not able to move forward, all these things. That is a first one. And the second one, where you can think, okay, let me take one step at a time, one step at a time. Yes, I'm not able to see the things, but at least I can take one step at a time so that I can reach to the point where I can go. So the second thought made him to go all the way up to the mountain, as he was taking steps slowly, slowly, slowly. And then he reached the mountain, and everything was so clear there. Everything was so clear. So sometimes in life, we do not have to see things very clearly at this moment, my dear friends. Sometimes we have to take small steps. So naturally, the path will clear. So just like a saint asks a monk, hey, monk, you have practiced your spirituality, your prayers, your so many things, right? Do you see the life very clearly in front of you? And the monk replies that I have a lantern, my dear master. So the lantern is nothing but awareness, right? So the one what we are talking, that conscious living. I have that lantern. I can see few steps, and as I am moving, the steps are getting opened, and I am seeing the path, and I'm reaching the path. So sometimes you don't see the things, but you will be surprised. Wow, how did I become this person? How did I achieve this goal? And how did I build this such a huge and humongous pyramid? How did I bring 1,000 people to this event? Sometimes we feel so great about our achievements, my dear friends. So that's why it is very important. And one best thing to, practice even little bit more is to journal, right? So journaling is very important. So okay, I was very clear on this decision today. I was very clear on going there, and of course you have whatever you wanted to write, you have to put it there. So journaling is very very important, and spending time for yourself is very very important, my dear friends. And these kind of platforms, and thanks to Divya and Omega Pyramid team, and then Meditation Magic, and then PSSM, all these people are, what they are doing is like selfless service. They gain the clarity, and they see the world, why this world is suffering, why the people are not happy as we are. So just that thought gave them the clarity. Okay, whatever the clarity I have is missing in them. So out of compassion, out of love, out of like, feeling the oneness among everyone. They are, I mean, they are creating such programs so that they can come and they can practice meditation, they can leave the clutter, and like, get some uh, you know inspiration from the speakers, or from the transformed people, like, the inspiration, they are bringing the inspiration to the this kind of platform, my dear friends. So in our life, we are all human beings. We cannot stay alone or go alone anywhere in our life. We all like to have our hands to be joined together. We can go any place together only. And these platforms and these wonderful people, and Patriji has started a very big movement of teaching meditation free, my dear friends. Free. I have asked Patriji in New York why people are suffering. Even the meditation is so simple and so free, so simple and so natural. So then Master says that, everybody is do not have clarity in their life. That's why they do not know what they are doing, and they are doing their own decisions. So when they know the clarity, meditation is simple. Close your eyes, observe your breath, and that's it. It will give you that beauty of your life. And many people are missing. So I'm so grateful to all these masters who is creating a greater impact, small steps at a time. So one step, one master, one clarity, one person transformation is going to create a beauty in this life, my dear friends. As an end note, I wanted to say one thing is stay connected with community. So no matter what, like, try to make time to connect with people, especially like-minded people. This group, right? They might have meditation sessions happening in Dallas or Texas or any state. Once in a week, the sessions are happening, or once in a week, the community gathering is happening. So in order to progress in our life, staying with community is very, very important, my dear friends. And that community will take you to a longer distance. And trust me, every time you go into the community and attend a meditation session or a talk or anything personally, like, you will come back with a lot of inspiration. So that is my request, to stay connected with community. Thank you.